Alright, yo guys, welcome to part 3 of doing my 400 game ranking. If you guys haven't seen the first two parts, we are basically doing rows of 5 games. There are 80 rows in total. We are currently on row 41. So, row 41 is Lost Words, Beyond the Page, A Love Choice, The Lovely Planet, Madden NFL 22, and Mafia 3. Now, I have to say, all of these games, besides The Lovely Planet, are absolutely S-tier games. I loved playing all 4 of them for different reasons. However, I have to give the best game to Madden 22 because I've been a Madden fan for as long as I've been a gaming fan, pretty much, or as long as I can remember. I think my first Madden, was Madden 11 on the Wii. But I've just been playing Madden forever now, and it's been a really long ride, so I have to give it to Madden. Of course, it's just a NFL simulator, or sports simulator game. There's a career mode, there is a ultimate team mode to where you can build your own team full of the players you wish, or whatever players you want on your team, and then that team goes head to head with other players online and the teams that they built. Or you can just play with regular teams that exist in real life against other real life teams. Hey guys, Madden 22 is the winner of row 41. Alright guys, moving into the next row, we have Man-Eater, Marvel, Guardians of the Galaxy, MechWarrior 5, The Medium, and Minecraft. Now, this one sort of has an obvious answer to it, but I'm actually going to have to go with The Medium. I really enjoyed The Medium and the whole story aspect to it, and how it's so unique as a game. The whole medium ability, how it totally took into that whole spiritual world and really showcase what mediums actually do in real life, sort of thing. And it was just a really beautiful story, really well done, really amazing game, and I just really enjoyed playing it. That's all I really can say. Minecraft is, in my opinion, obviously it's a classic, but it's also sort of basic, and I've never really enjoyed playing Minecraft myself. So just to be completely authentic with you guys, I'm giving it to The Medium. Alrighty guys, going into the next row, we have Minecraft Dungeons, Minecraft Story Mode, Minecraft Story Mode Season 2, Minute, and Mirror's Edge Catalyst. Alright guys, so I'm going to have to give the winner to Minecraft Story Mode. Both Minecraft Story Mode and Minecraft Story Mode were absolutely fantastic. However, I'm going to have to pick the first one. It's basically Telltale Games. We've heard Telltale Games in both Part 1 and Part 2, but Telltale Games comes back again. It's basically you're just making decisions that affect all the characters, and there's multiple different outcomes you can get throughout the game, and you have to lead the characters to the best possible outcomes throughout the game. But it's based off of Minecraft characters and a whole bunch of Minecraft lore, and it's just a really fun game. And the story was absolutely beautifully designed. It has such a wonderful plot to it. It looks nice, it plays nice, it's a really smooth game, and I have to give it to Minecraft Story Mode. Alrighty guys, going into the next row, we have MLB The Show, Mortal Kombat X, Mount and Blade Warband, Murdered Soul Suspect, and Music Racer. Alright guys, so obviously Mortal Kombat is a classic. Murdered Soul Suspect is also somewhat a classic. It's a very well-known video game, but I think the winner is going to have to be MLB The Show. MLB The Show 21 was actually the first edition in over a decade that came to Xbox after contract sort of arguments and stuff like that. But we finally got MLB The Show back on Xbox, and I gotta say, I was not disappointed. I really enjoy MLB and sports simulators in general. This part 3 is really the sports simulator part. I'm really gonna have to warn you guys about that right now. But MLB The Show has to be the winner of this row for me. So the next row is Mutant Year Zero, MXGP3, My Friend Pedro, My Time at Portia, and NASCAR Heat Evolution. Alright guys, so I told you guys this is going to be the sports part. Part 3 is the sports simulator. And it's not changing in this row. We have to go with the NASCAR Heat Evolution. There's something just about NASCAR that is really peaceful to me, and it's very meditative video game, and I just really enjoyed it overall. I believe that it was a pretty well done NASCAR game. Of course, there's a lot of sort of a lot of different NASCAR games out there. Not too many. There's a few, but I really enjoy NASCAR Heat Evolution. And that's all there is to it. It's just a NASCAR game. It goes round and round and round and round. You know, you just keep on going on the track and you race people. Alrighty guys, in the next row we have NBA 2K22, NBA Playgrounds, Need for Speed Rivals, Need for Speed, and Need for Speed Heat. So basically, we have 2K22, and I would probably say that Need for Speed Heat is the best Need for Speed, but I have to give this win to NBA 2K22 because it's such a huge, innovative sports game with My Park, with all the different stores in the game, like real life stores that your character can walk to in a sort of like city sort of thing. So many different mini games. There's so much to do in NBA 2K22 for a basketball game. There's Pro AM, where you join a team of 5 and you take on another team of 5 in a full game of basketball. There's the My Team aspect where you can build your own team. There's regular teams, just like Madden. There's My GM, where you can be the actual GM of a team. There is career mode, where you actually are a NBA superstar, which is a very phenomenal career mode. There's just so much to do in NBA 2K22. You can go on and on and on and on. There's so many different things. It's absolutely insane, and it is a very fun game to play as well. It's very fun, you know, shooting the ball, and you can have so much fun in 2K22. Alright guys, the next row is Need for Speed Hot Pursuit, Need for Speed Payback, Neon Abyss, Neverwinter, and New Super Lucky's Tale. So I'm going to have to give this game, or this row, to the classic Need for Speed Hot Pursuit Remastered. Need for Speed Hot Pursuit is one of the classic Need for Speeds. But yeah guys, Need for Speed Hot Pursuit is basically a cops versus runners Need for Speed. It's solely based off of the whole pursuit. It's literally called Hot Pursuit. It's based off of cops chasing you, basically. It's the main theme to this Need for Speed, and I just really think it's a really good Need for Speed. It's a classic Need for Speed, and it's just a really enjoyable game overall. Alright guys, going into the next row, we have NHL 22, NHL 94, Nickelodeon Kart Racers, North, and Observation. I know you guys see where this one's going. It's going to be NHL 22. Again, you have the whole Ultimate Team where you can build your own team however you see fit, whatever players you want on it. There's regular teams. There's the career mode. There's a whole bunch of different modes you can play in NHL 22, and it's just really, really fun, fast-paced game. If you like hockey, it's really fun. Even if you don't like hockey, I do not watch hockey on TV. I still really, really enjoy playing the NHL games. It's just really fun to go around hitting people, just running into them, scoring the goals, finding out ways to score and win the games. It's just really fun. Gotta love NHL 22. Alrighty, guys, going into the next row, we have One Leaves, Onigiri, Outer Worlds, Outer Wilds, and then The Outer Worlds, and then Outlast 2. Alright, guys, so I'm going to have to give this game to the classic horror movie, or horror game, Outlast 2. It is listed as a first-person psychological horror survival video game and developed and published by Red Barrels. It was released on April 24th, 2017, and 93% of Google users liked this game. So it has a very, very high like rating to it. And it's just a psychological horror survival game. It's a very classic horror survival game. It's one of the most famous horror games to date, and for a good reason. And yeah, guys, Outlast 2 has to be the winner for this row. Going into the next row, we have Overwatch, Pac-Man, The Park, Pathologic 2, and The Pedestrian. Now, this one obviously has another obvious winner, and it's going to be Overwatch Origins Edition. Overwatch is a online multiplayer 5v5 game where basically one team is trying to push a car all the way into the end marking zone, which is, a good distance away, and the other team of 5 is trying to stop them from pushing the car. It's not a real car, it's like a hoverboard sort of thing. That's not a hoverboard either, but you get the picture. You're trying to push something, and they're trying to stop you from pushing it to the end zone. And so it's just a 5v5 futuristic FPS. Very classic game once again. Lots of people know about Overwatch. I personally am a D.Va main. I basically only play as D.Va, but I still really, really enjoy it. I think it's a really fun, fast-paced, futuristic FPS, and I just really enjoy playing Overwatch. I don't play it really often, but I've had it for a long time. And there was a period of time where I played it really often, but I just don't have anyone to play it with as of the moment, so I don't play that often at all. But that doesn't mean it's not a good game. I just don't have anyone to play it with. I used to play it all the time. Alrighty, guys, going into the next row, we have Peepaw's Farm, Peggle, Peggle 2, Perfect Dark, and Pogs. Alrighty, guys, so we have two classic games in their own right and perspective, with Perfect Dark coming out on the Nintendo 64 originally, I believe, and Peggle. But as of today, 2022, I'm going to have to go with Peggle as the winner, because Perfect Dark really, really, I think, died down. It's not that good on Xbox Series S, to where Peggle still has a lot of playability. It's still very playable, and it will always be playable. So for that reason, I'm really going to have to give it to Peggle. It's just a really fun puzzle game. You have to find a way to clear all of the bricks off the map with the amount of shots that they give you. And so it's just a really fun, addicting puzzle game with a lot of cute, cartoonish humor to it. Alrighty, guys, going into the next row, we have Pecan Iku, A Plague Tale Innocence, Planet Alpha, Planet Coaster, and Plants vs. Zombies. Alright, guys, so I'm going to have to give this one to A Plague Tale Innocence. A Plague Tale Innocence is an action-adventure stealth game developed by Asobo Studios and published by Focus Home Interactive. It was released on May 2019, and 97% of Google users liked A Plague Tale Innocence. That's the highest rating you can really get, because no game is ever going to have 100%, but 97% is really close. It's going to be one of the highest scores you'll ever see, especially on this list. 97% is really good. Of course, it got 10 out of 10 by Screen Rant. It got 9 out of 10 by by Niche Gamer, got 9 out of 10 by the 6th Axes, got 9 out of 10 by Windows Central, it got 9 out of 10 by Games Blog, it got 8.5 out of 10 by Dual Shockers, it got 8 out of 10 by GameSpot. So everyone loves a Plague Tale, in a sense, a stealth game. Going into the next row, 3, we have the Power Rangers, the Procession to Cavalry, Project Wingman, Project Winter, and Promessa. I'm going to say my favorite one is Promessa. Basically, the whole objective, or the whole idea around Promessa, is you're sort of moving through dreams, and I feel like it's just a very beautiful game overall. So where there's a whole lot of beautiful scenery going on in Promessa, lots of different, sort of maps that look really nice. Very interesting plot to it. Well, not necessarily a plot, but it's just a fun walking simulator. It's a relatively slow walking simulator. Not a whole lot is going to happen, but it is a beautiful walking simulator overall. I gotta say, this row is not as good as the other rows. There's no, Promessa doesn't run away with a victory or anything. There's no really amazing games in that row. But Promessa is a winner. Alright guys, moving into the next row, we have Prominence Poker, PUBG Battlegrounds, Pumped BMX, Quake, and Quantum Break. So I'm going to have to pick PUBG Battlegrounds as a winner. Most of you guys are going to know PUBG. It is a battle royale game. It's a sort of realistic military edition of Fortnite, where there is realistic Eastern European style graphics. It's realistic shooting as well. So it's just a realistic sort of Fortnite. And it's sort of more like Warzone, but still it's not as fast paced as Warzone. It's more of like a slow paced, still more realistic than Warzone, way more realistic than Warzone. So I really enjoy PUBG Battlegrounds as a battle royale. Yeah, I guess that's all I gotta say about that. Moving into the next row, we have Race the Sun, Race with Ryan, Rad Rogers, Rare Replay, and The Raven Remastered. So the Rare Replay is actually a collection of 30 different classic games. So stacking 30 classic games is not really fair, so that one's going to be taken out. And therefore, I'm going to give the win to Race the Sun. But it's also important to note that I've never actually played The Raven Remastered. I've only played the first 4, and Rare Replay is being taken out because it's 30 classic games. So Race the Sun is the winner, and don't get me wrong guys, it is a very, very good game as well. It's very addicting, it's very calming, it's much like Jetpack Joy Ride sort of feel and vibe to it. And yeah guys, I just really enjoy Race the Sun. It's always fun to try to do the challenges and to beat your record in Race the Sun, and just to see how far you can go without crashing or without running out of energy. Going into the next row, we have Rayman Origins, Realm Royale, Rick Room, Recore, and Red Dead Redemption 2. Alright guys, this is a very obvious winner for me, and it's going to be Red Dead Redemption 2. The story mode of Red Dead Redemption 2 is definitely in my top 10 story modes of all time. Somewhere in there. I really enjoy the map of Red Dead Redemption 2. There is the major city of New Orleans, along with a few other small cities, and a very beautiful, vast nature. Lots of trees and forests, hills, all sorts of different nature you could want. It's a very photogenic game. If you like taking screenshots of the game you're playing, I took so many screenshots in Red Dead Redemption, it was absolutely insane. But the plot of Red Dead Redemption 2, the entire building of character is absolutely amazing in Red Dead Redemption 2. You absolutely will fall in love with all the characters. They are very memorable characters, to say the least. And yeah, guys, I'm going to have to give this win to Red Dead Redemption 2. Alright guys, going into the next row, we have Rememoried, Remnant from the Ashes, Resident Evil Revelations 2, Rime, and Ring of Pain. Alright guys, so I'm going to have to give this a win to Rememoried. So, Rememoried does not have a rating on Google. But it's sort of like the... What was that game called? It's sort of like Promessa, to where you're moving through sort of dreams, and it's just sort of a walking simulator with a whole lot of really cool graphics and maps. Yeah, it's labeled as a art game, A-R-T game, art game. So it's literally just a walking simulator to look at certain art styles and graphics and map designs. Literally, it's much like Promessa, to where you're moving through dreams in a way. And it's just a very, very cool game. I really like it because it's really beautiful, and I really enjoy art and that sort of thing, but it might not be your thing if you don't like walking simulators. Alright guys, moving into the next row, we have Rise of Insanity, Riverbond, Road Redemption, Roblox, and Rocket Arena. Obviously guys, Roblox is a lot like Minecraft, and it's a classic game, and it's a loser in my pick, because we have to give this row to Rise of Insanity. So Rise of Insanity is actually a relatively unpopular video game. Only 77% of users like this game. It's still a very good rating. 77%, that's still pretty popular, but it's not the 93 and 97 we saw earlier. So this game will take you about 2 hours to complete, with a good twist throughout the game. Alright guys, there's not really a whole lot you can say about Rise of Insanity. Oh, it's basically, it's also sort of like a walking simulator. You're just walking around, sort of, discovering things. It's about 2 hours. It's not the most scary horror game you're ever going to play, but it is a really, really good horror game, to say the least.
At the beginning of our relationship.
In my opinion. Obviously, a lot of the reviewers, a lot of the critics did not like this game, but I really enjoyed it. Alright guys, going into the next row, we have Rocket League, Rogue Company, Rush, a Disney Pixar adventure, Rise, Son of Rome, and Saints Row IV re-elected. Alright guys, I'm going to have to give the winner to Rocket League. Rocket League is basically a car-based game, to where it's a car-based arcade game to where you can play soccer, basketball, hockey, and other different game modes with your car. And you're just, sort of hitting the ball, going, it's 1v3, 2v2, or 3v3, and in different game modes. It's an arcade racing game, and it's very, very fun and addicting in my opinion. It's definitely a really easy game to put a lot of hours into, especially if you have friends to play with. It becomes really, really fun. A thing to keep in mind is there is no voice communication in Rocket League. You can only say what the D-pad allows you to say. There are text options. You can put things into chat as long as it's appropriate as well. Of course, it's going to take time, and in a racing game, you can't really type things out. But you can press up, down, left, or right on the D-pad, and it does give you automatic text to put. That is your only form of communication, which kind of sucks, but it is a really, really good game. It's a really good racing arcade sports simulator. Alrighty guys, going into row 60, we have Saints Row the Third Remastered, Saints Row Get Out of Hell, Scream Ride, Sea of Solitude, and Shadow Complex. Alright guys, this is a really controversial opinion, but I'm going to have to pick Saints Row Get Out of Hell as my winner for this row. The reason why it's controversial is because Saints Row the Third is the most popular Saints Row, which is the reason why that one is the one that's remastered. But I really liked how Get Out of Hell involved different celebrities from the past. Like William Shakespeare is in it, which was really interesting, and like a couple other like celebrity sort of things. And it's just a whole lot of different interactions that are really cool. The character designs of it are really amazing. The character depth, the character personalities are really, really good. And that's really the reason that I like Saints Row Get Out of Hell. I just really like the gameplay of it. I really think that the gameplay was sort of fast paced and a really enjoyable gameplay. I do like Saints Row the Third Remastered. Don't get me wrong, it is another good game, but I'm gonna have to give Row 60 to Saints Row Get Out of Hell. Alright guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, please hit the like button down below. See you guys in the next one, in part 4. Peace!